Well, good day to all of our awesome JubiRev JubiMax family. T. Lamont Silver Sr. here on the eve of my wife and I boarding and going out of the country for a couple of weeks. We're going to be going to the Dominican Republic for a little more than a week, and then from the Dominican, we'll be going over to Chile for, again, a little more than a week. So, listen, I wanted to send out this video to all of our teammates. Now, even though we are going out of the country, we are still building our business, okay? And we know we're at a very crucial juncture here with JubiRev JubiMax. Now, let's make sure, and please make sure you watch this entire video. Let's make sure we understand where we are. By the way, did you see that? You see that right there? Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. You see all that hair right there? I got an afro. I got to go shave my head. Okay. All right. There are three stages that we've talked about, three stages or phases that we've talked about with JubiRev JubiMax. Stage one, we've already completed. Stage one, we've already completed. That is pre-registration, okay? Stage two is pre-launch. And we're on the second half of stage two, all right? So we are on the second half of stage two. Stage two is going to be winding up here very shortly. And then stage three is what we're all looking for and waiting for, right? That is the soft launch where the daily revenue starts. Now, let's make sure that we are maximizing where we are with stage two pre-registration. Okay, so now the upgrade button is live. If you've already loaded funds, you can click on the upgrade button as you go in your JubiRev JubiMax back office, and that's going to take you to a screen where you can choose your monthly subscription. Now, remember your monthly subscription of $15 a month, US dollars, or 50 or 100 or 200. That's going to give you a corresponding amount of what we now call max bucks. Heretofore, we call them personal use Jubi bucks. That was getting a little confusing in the field. So max bucks for JubiMax, okay? So you get a corresponding amount. So if you've got a $200 a month subscription, how many max bucks do you get? There you go. You're so smart. 200. Okay, now, as I'm doing this recording, you can purchase your monthly subscription and get max bucks. In the next few days, you're going to be able to take those max bucks and actually purchase your product, okay? You're going to be able to take those max bucks and actually purchase your product. Some of the products are ready to ship now. There's a few products that are just a couple days away from shipping, so you want to be on next Monday's webinar. Next Monday's webinar to hear from the president, J. Joshua Beisel, as to when products are going to be ready to ship, when you can then use your max bucks. Now, you can also purchase from your eCash your Jubi bucks, and remember, it's your Jubi bucks purchase where you're going to get your founders promotional bonuses. Okay, the way that works, again, you make a purchase of Jubi bucks, you're going to get a 15% match as you give away the Jubi bucks. You're going to get a 15% match as you give away the Jubi bucks, okay? So what can you do now? Go and click upgrade, and from upgrade, you can purchase your monthly subscription, which is going to give you max bucks. You'll be able to use those max bucks in the coming days, 1. 2, you'll be able to purchase Jubi bucks. And remember, in the background, what you cannot see now, but it's running in the background. As people are purchasing Jubi bucks, commissions are running in the background. Oh, wait a minute. Did someone just purchase some Jubi bucks? Cha-ching. Somebody else just purchased some more Jubi bucks? Cha-ching, 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 okay? So in the background, commissions are being run, all right? And so when you come to next Monday's webinar with the president, you're going to find out more exciting details about the commission run, the first commission run. Now, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to seize the day, seize this moment. In a previous enterprise that we were part of at a pre-launch juncture, By the time, and it worked a lot like what we're seeing now in terms of there was a pre-registration stage and there's a pre-launch stage, all preceding the daily revenues. Well, what happened was by pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing during the pre-registration and pre-launch stage, as we've been doing, our teams grew mightily, and already, we've got so much more momentum in this pre-launch than any other pre-launch we've ever been a part of. By the way, I've never seen a pre-launch go as smoothly as our pre-launch is going. So now, we saw people during the pre-launch earn $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in commissions. All right, just from the commissioning, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now when the commissions run, one of the things I want you to be thinking of is assuming that you get commissioned because you're building a referral network, or maybe you've had some placements in your organization. All right, I want you to really maximize those commissions. Now, obviously, some of you may need to put some money in your pocket, and you do what you have to do to take care of your family, okay? But as much as possible, let me tell you what I'm going to do. Any commission dollars that I receive, I'm going to take those commission dollars and buy more inventory, give more inventory away, generate more Jubi points. I believe there are going to be people in the latter part of this pre-registration phase that will generate tens of thousands, 20, 30, 40, 50. I believe there'll even be some folks that will hit six figures in Jubi points. Hear me. I believe there'll be some folks who will hit six figures in Jubi points. I want you to imagine doing that, whether it's six figures or 10,000 or 5,000 or 50,000, so that when the daily revenue starts, what we want to have happen is that when the daily revenue starts, that we've got a lot of promoters out there, a lot of teammates out there that have good, strong, healthy Jubi point totals. So when the daily revenue starts, my gosh, out of the gate, people are earning some phenomenal daily rewards. Okay, so be mindful. You want to make sure that you are following very closely. Now, so T. Lamont, what's going to happen when you're out of town, buddy? Well, you're going to continue to build your business, right? Now, we will be unavailable much of the business day. We will be unavailable. We're doing some tours. We're looking at some properties and land. We're doing. We're going through some workshops for things that I really believe that will glean, that we'll be able to come back down the road and share with our teammates. Remember, guys, our vision is an expansive one. It is a huge one. Our vision is this. All right. I don't know if you've been paying attention to what happened in Cyprus, where essentially, people are scurrying. Am I going to have any cash in the bank? I got money in the bank, but am I going to be able to get to it? I need us to understand, by the way, and if you don't know it, haven't heard that, maybe you need to go and Google. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We, for years, have been searching for a model where our average person, and obviously our superstars as well, could generate a lot of money in a much more compressed time frame. And for us, it's not just about generating money. Now, I know the company's going to have a Jubi-style car bonus, and people tend to get excited about, Corvette and they're having a Corvette potentially, or a Porsche or a Mercedes. All that stuff, that's great, all right? But you know what I'm more concerned about? I'm more concerned about you making a lot of money, then doing very important, very smart things with that money. Things like getting out of debt. Things like looking at diversifying your asset base. I don't care what country you live in. Why do you have to have all of your wealth in your particular country? Why can't you live in Canada but have some real estate property in the Dominican or in Chile or what have you? Why do you have to have all of your liquid assets in paper money, particularly in U.S. dollars that's not backed by anything? Why not make a lot of money so that you've got enough to cover your family and take care of some debts and things of that nature, and then begin to transition into real money. See, this paper stuff. Give me a moment. This paper stuff. You know, it always. Bear with me. You know, this right here. Okay. It always intrigues me when I go to, let's say I go to a grocery store or what have you, and I give them a $50 US dollar bill. Let me see, how's this? There we go. I'm sorry. I give them $50 or $100 or more, and they do like this, and they look up at it, and you know, and I always ask them, "What are you looking for?" I want to make sure it's not counterfeit. I said, "Well, it's all counterfeit. None of it's worth anything. This right here is not worth anything. What is that worth? There's nothing backing this up. There's nothing backing this up. The only reason it's got any perceived value is because of perception. What happens if that perception goes away? Go in Google and see what just happened in Argentina, how they devalued their currency by 43%. Go see on what's happening with Cyprus. So again, my vision is it extends well beyond a company, or well beyond just the products, or well beyond just a revenue sharing model. The reason I'm so passionate about this model is because when I see my Joe and my Susie average, my gosh, my Lynn from Virginia, who had followed us for 8 years and never made it big, never even made enough money to cover her monthly subscription on a consistent basis. And when I see in a few short months enough money for her to have a car note payment and a house note payment and then a full-time income. So my wife and I are going out so that, yes, we're going to have some fun. You know, I'm not going to go to the Dominican and not have some fun. Okay. So yes, we're going to enjoy ourselves, but we're also going out to learn what we don't know. We're going to be, when we go to Chile, by the way, you might want to follow a gentleman. His name is Simon Black. Probably the most knowledgeable, probably the most balanced person that I have followed online as it relates to things like offshore investments, whether you're talking real estate, whether you're talking silver and gold, so on and so forth. Go and check out Simon Black. Sovereign Man is his site. You can get on his email list. He's not an MLMer by any stretch of the imagination. And start getting some great information. You can even subscribe. It's not that much. I forget what the annual cost is, but you get some really good information. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, we want to make sure that we've got teammates that, one, make money, and two, know what to do with that money once it comes in. Because with this model, we know the money can come in fast and furious. And if we're not prepared for it, if we don't have game plans, then the money can come in, but then if the money goes out as quickly as it came in, and it's not going out in meaningful things, it's going out because of doodads, that doesn't do us any good. Okay? All right, so what should you expect of me over the next couple of weeks? The best way of contact is going to be through Skype. My Skype ID is G as in good, I as in income, F as in Frank, hyphen, that's the dash mark, not the underscore, hyphen, P as in Paul, M as in Mary, GIF hyphen PM, GIF hyphen PM. So go on and add me on Skype. And during the day, we're going to be tied up at either workshops or doing some tours. I can't promise that every night I'm going to be in front of Skype, but it's going to be easier to connect with you via Skype than it will be, let's say, emails, because there'll be a lot of other emails that have nothing to do with business, okay? All right, so make sure if you don't already have Skype, you go on and just go to Skype.com and go on and set that up. Going forward, I plan to use Skype a lot more as a communication tool with our teammates. And again, doesn't matter who your personal enroller happens to be. Feel free to connect with us on Skype. You're going to still be enrolled by who you enrolled by. You're still going to be placed by whom you're placed by. It's just our vision is to build from a macro level, from a very large level, to help anybody, no, regardless of their enrolling. See, when you understand this revenue sharing model, you understand you override the entire company. So whether I enroll John or Mary or not, I'm going to win as John wins. I'm going to win as Mary wins. Okay? All right. So now, lastly, all webinars are still on. Now, obviously, I won't be on many of those webinars. I may be able to chime in from here and there, but all webinars are still on. All income opportunity webinars are still on. Be mindful, the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, at least for this time frame, is going to a 1 p.m. Eastern start time as opposed to a 12 p.m. Eastern start time. When we get back, we'll see if that 1 p.m. is just as good as the 12. Sounds like yesterday the 1 p.m. Got just as many folks on it as normally at 12 p.m. So assuming that 1 p.m. is a good time, then we probably won't change that back. We'll just, for consistency's sake, keep that going forward. So 1 p.m. start time, and then Tuesday and Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern. Pay attention to your emails. Pay attention to any of your posts. And by all means, make sure that all of your teammates are loading funds and then making their purchases of monthly subscriptions in JubiBucks by March the 22nd to qualify for the founders bonuses and promotions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. And remember, JubiRev JubiMax, not just a company, it's a movement.